So in today's video, we're going to talk to you about the glorious topic of pay-per-click advertising. And
yes, we are.
Alex, you're going to ask me some real simple questions about pay-per-click.
I am. And I'm coming at this from someone who doesn't actually use pay-per-click myself. So therefore, very, very basic. But things that generally I think people are going to want to know. So, very simple. What's the point? What is the point of pay-per-click?
Okay, first of all, I want to acknowledge the fact that you don't want to do Google Ads, nor do we want to do Google Ads. We didn't want to do Google Ads when we was in the state agency. So what is the point? I get that question a lot. And obviously we ask ourselves, what's the point in what we do? Well, the simple fact is, obviously, people are using Google every day, okay? And for instance, if we just used estate agent near me, for instance, which is quite a broad term, but if I just did that, for instance, the first thing that the consumer sees are the ads, okay? If you scroll down the page, you've got the map section. So if you do not get found here on the maps, or you don't get found on page 1, which there's 10 places for, so obviously how many agents are there in that area, all vying for the 10 positions. These are what they call the free listings. Which is what they call SEO, or search engine optimization. These are where basically the websites have been optimized so well that if someone types in estate agent near me, they show, or they rank very organically. It's very, very slow. Now, if you don't want to wait months and months for this to happen, and you've got no control, you can basically put together a little bit of a budget, a monthly budget, and go, listen, we're willing to spend to get up here. Now, the beauty of this type of thing is that you only pay if someone actually clicks on your ads, okay? So you can basically go to Google and say, listen, I've got a £10 a day budget. If someone actually types in estate agent near me, at least to get the opportunity of actually getting found, okay? That's the point. You can basically be here within the next 23 hours. 74,000 people every month do that Google search. This is the reason why you should be looking at Google Ads. There's 368,000 monthly searches for the term houses for sale near me. So this is a very, very strong pull for those agents who want to basically drive traffic to your website. And new build houses for sale near me is about 1,000 monthly searches a month. So the point really is, it's where people actually go to actually look for homes.
Okay, so I mean that makes sense. That does make sense. It's a lot more digital. So therefore, building your presence around well, where everyone is, basically. How does it work though? So you mentioned keywords there. So how would you know? How would I know what my top keywords are going to be?
Well, Google give you they've developed this fantastic tool called a keyword planner.
Oh, so let's focusing on the property side of it.
Yeah.
What are these ads? Are they what do you target? Do you target the buyers? Do you target the sellers in the sales area, or do you in terms of the lettings? Do you do tenants, landlords? What is the focus, or is it all?
All of the above. Sole focus up till really now, or middle part of this year, 2023, has been all about valuations and landlords. But we are seeing now the market turning. We are sort of actually looking to sort of almost educate the estate agent about there is actually search volume out there for people that are not just looking at Rightmove and Zoopla, because we as agents assume that the consumer, the 20, 30-year-old person who's just about to start their buying journey, thinks about Rightmove and Zoopla. They go to Google first to start that journey. They'll find Rightmove and Zoopla through that journey, because obviously they've got such a great presence. But there's now a growing demand for agents to go, listen, why don't we just beat Rightmove and Zoopla and show an ad right when someone does a Google search for like 2-bedroom house in Rugby, which is what I did yesterday, and I showed that there was a developer selling a 2-bedroom house in Rugby, which is what it's all about. It's about relevance. So
Cost. Talk about cost. What would you say? And obviously, I know this is going to be impossible. You can't. We're talking averages here, aren't we? We're not talking specifics. What would you say would be a decent campaign cost per month?
I'd say all in on ad spend,
On ad spend, yeah.
on ad spend, probably looking around about £250–300 a month. It sort of scales really well because quite often, obviously, we're only dealing with an area of about 2–3 miles from the office branch area. So you can do a lot of damage with a small campaign, with a small budget. So, you know, but we sort of say start from 250 a month. And then obviously once the results come in, you can scale it or reduce it.
Yeah, and of course this is the sort of thing similar to Facebook where you control it per day, don't you? So it can't get to a position where you overspend on what you think it's going to like. You can't do that, can you?
You can basically set rules and go, Google, do not spend more than £250 a month, so you can cap it basically.
How would you maximize clicks? So if I said, right, well, campaign's doing really well, Pete, but I want more. Is it a simple case of, well, chuck more money in it? Is it? I mean, what?
It's because obviously it's search, and there, you know, every area is capped by the amount of people that are living in the area, and therefore how many people are actually searching to move home. So there is a cap on the business in terms of the market availability at any one point or shape or term. The way you typically optimize a campaign is go into more areas, go into different areas. So we typically,
I see. Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the branch, obviously, you know, but it is essentially from a bottom line point of view, you are capped in terms of search volume in the area. There's only so many people, which is 3–5% of any population who's looking at moving.
Yeah.
We've got an agency in Nottingham at the moment who are looking at, they've moved from like one area, one postcode, no, 2 postcodes, and they're just going, they're at the exact thing. We're doing great. We've got the valuation leads at the right price, which is what it's all about. We know what their exchange value is worth, so we know what the commission's worth. So we've worked it out that they can spend an extra. Like I said, I could talk about this all day, mate.
Yeah. Well, no, listen, from a basic level, that's been really useful. I've learned some stuff. So yeah, that's something that's good. It's good. That's what we wanted. So yeah, cool. All right, Pete. Well, thank you. In the next one, I feel like there's numerous conversations off the back of what you've talked about today. But we'll get there. We've got time.
Yep.
Thank you, Pete.
No, we've met a pleasure. Until next time. Cheers, mate.
Cheers.